Hello, Audio Marks, coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy and CJ, two casuals turned Marks wrestling fans, to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said! I'm never going to get tired of that.
No, it won't. And welcome back to Marks for Life podcast with your host, myself, Jimmy.
And I am CJ. How's it going, everybody?
Man, what a week.
Yeah.
Some quick podcasting things to just kick us off. We are live on SoundCloud and Patreon. Thank God.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jimmy, for setting that up. I'm not the best tech-savvy guy. I'm mostly just here to bring in energy. I'm just along for the ride, guys. This is all Jimmy. This is all him, so...
Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
Anyway, just a couple more things. I did also apply for us to be on Google Play Store. That's probably going to take a while, so if you're hoping that we're going to be on there, just be patient with us. We're trying to get us there.
Same thing with iTunes.
iTunes is going to be a little bit more work.
But hope you guys enjoyed the last podcast. We're going to try and bring it same type of fire with this podcast. Hopefully a great ball of fire.
No.
Bad name, great card. That's the name of our show for today. But before we get into that, CJ, how have you been this week, man? I haven't talked to you since we went to the beach.
I've been exhausted. What do you mean you haven't talked to me since the beach?
Well, like, you know what I mean. Like, hung out with you since the beach. Come on.
I was about to say, it's like we did the podcast last week, and that was after the beach.
No, like actual hanging out.
I've been all right. A bit stressed, but nothing really new with that. Finally finished up my summer class. Thank God. Yes. Woo! Exactly. So all done with that. I'm getting my tattoo finally this upcoming Monday. You know, I can woo for myself. Woo! 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 It's like that Jay Lethal battle. Yeah, but I've been good. Just getting through it, you know. Oh, CrossFit's been kicking my butt. Same old, same old. How about you? How have you been?
I had a nice 4th of July weekend. I was off for like 3 days, and it was nice. After just long, working my butt off every day at work, it just felt good to have 3 days off.
Was it like a Sunday to Tuesday type of thing?
No, it was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this week was the first one that I've had in quite some time.
Oh, wow.
Back-to-back like that. So it was really good.
Nice, nice.
But then I had work today.
No.
And it sucked.
You got it tonight?
No, I just finished. I just got off. That's why I'm a little sweaty and stinky today.
How do you get sweaty and stinky from Party City?
A lot of muling and moving around. It's a party, though. That's how you get worked out. Anyway. But hopefully this weekend will be good.
Yeah.
Working still, but Great Balls of Fire is this weekend. We're definitely going to be talking about that today with our predictions of what the card's going to look like. But first is going to be our reviews of the week, and we're going to first discuss about Raw. It was good.
Yeah, it was.
Like, it wasn't the worst Raw ever. It was good. It started off really well and ended pretty well. But it was like, how many... yeah.
We're mostly going to get into Raw with the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. We just wanted to go over probably a couple of notable things that happened. The first thing that I think is probably the most notable thing would be the Enzo Amore promo.
It was intense.
I told you, Enzo has a lot more to bring to the table. People keep overlooking him because of Big Cass. When Big Cass is 7 foot tall, Vince McMahon's high on Giants. You put Enzo Amore in the correct situation, he will thrive. That's what I'm saying. If you throw him in the cruiserweight with that kind of intensity, he can light that stuff up.
Ugh. And once we talk about the cruiserweights at some point, I mean, he's definitely going to be on the list.
Yeah, Enzo, though, did deliver, and between him delivering in the promo, which he was not wrong in any of that, I don't think.
No, he was not.
By saying that Big Cass was a 7 foot catchphrase that he wrote, that kind of just drove it home.
I was laughing.
That hit hard.
It was good. Like, I was clapping every single time he was speaking. I was like, yes, you go, Enzo. You say those things.
It took him long enough. I'm going to be completely honest. It took long enough to get that Enzo we've seen in NXT. And now that fire's lit. And how do you think this is going to end? Do you think it's going to be like he attacked Big Cass?
Okay, so it seemed like he was launched into it. It doesn't seem like he got that much up on it. It was probably like backstage, Big Show hoisted him up and then threw him at Big Cass just to get that effect onto the television.
Hey, have you seen Enzo Amore's sneaker account? He gets mad hops. He is the Michael Jordan of jargon, and he's got some hops to back it up.
That was lame.
Shut up.
Very lame.
You stupid idiot.
Hey, you're the stupid idiot that brought up that thing. All right, not me.
Hey, I've seen his sneaker watch. I've seen Monday Night Sneaker Watch. He got some nice shoes. He got some nice sneakers. I can never afford any of that because that stuff's an expensive brand. But he definitely brought it and probably made this match probably the third most important match on the card, I think.
Yeah, I think from a grudge match perspective, yeah, definitely.
Do you think it beats Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens right now?
Ooh, I don't know. That's tough to say. Let's see what the match looks like first, because a lot of the storytelling for the reasons why Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was really good was because it was in the ring. So we'll see how it goes. Because when it comes to tag teams breaking up and having matches like this, some of them are really, really good.
Yes.
There have been others that have been really, really bad. One of them that I vaguely remember was when Crime Time broke up.
Oh, my God.
And they had the strap match at Extreme Rules, like 6 years ago. Maybe 8.
8 years ago, it was after WrestleMania 26.
Yeah, it was not good.
I'm still upset about that. Crime Time was like my favorite tag team back in the day.
Quick sidetrack for a second. When they had announced that Raw was going to be in Brooklyn, or that they were going to have a pay-per-view at Brooklyn, were you expecting Crime Time to show up? Because I know I was. And I know that makes me...
You stupid idiot.
But still.
I would have been okay with it. I would have been very happy if Crime Time came back. I feel like Crime Time coming back would probably boost the tag team division. Given the titles they never won. But, it's... This Enzo Big Cass storyline, I feel like has the potential to be probably one of the biggest feuds.
Probably wrapping up the summer, really.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna last until the fall. I think it's gonna end right around the end of SummerSlam.
It might even end before that. I really don't know. I feel like though they're gonna have to leave separate brands. I feel like that's how it's gonna end with this. But we're gonna have to dive into that later.
Now that you brought that up, does that mean that Cass might switch over to SmackDown and then it'll be Cass versus James Ellsworth for the affections of Carmella? Because I would love to see that. That
would be very interesting. I would enjoy that very much. And Big Cass could probably thrive a lot more on SmackDown, given how, it's, they'll probably need the main event shakeup. You're going to have, Baron Corbin over there and stuff, but when he's going to be competing with the likes of Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, you got The Miz, you got Roman Reigns, you got Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, there's not a lot of room up there in the title picture compared to SmackDown. So I feel like him going to SmackDown would probably be better, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, definitely. The second main thing was the Roman Strowman scene that was going on.
First off, Strowman is a freaking monster. I say this every single time. Strowman's a freaking monster. Did you see what he did to Apollo?
It was amazing. Throwing him like a rag doll over and over. It was amazing.
It's just, first off, pretty much what happened. Braun Strowman wanted competition. Titus O'Neil signed up Apollo Crews from the Titus Worldwide. And Apollo Crews got whipped around, brought down to the mat consecutively with 3 power slams. But I feel like the most important thing was that Braun Strowman kicked Apollo Crews mid-air while Braun Strowman was on the ground and Apollo Crews was trying to do a standing moonsault. Like midway through the standing moonsault, he got kicked. He got like floored with just 2 straight boots to the side, and I loved it.
I feel like we're all still on the high of how amazing Strowman is. It's been almost a year and several months since the brand split first started, and then the first Raw that happened. Yeah,
It's been about 11 months.
No, it's been about a year.
No, the brand split happened in July.
Yeah, so it's been about a year.
Yeah. Well, later on in July.
All right.
Yeah.
Getting all technical on me there, buddy. But all right.
Of course.
Anyway, been about a year, and we're still on this amazing high for Braun Strowman. And I couldn't be happier by any means.
He's killing it right now. He really is. He's taken... Like, I would love to see him versus Joe. You know, that would be very...
Him versus Brock. Him versus Cena.
Him versus Cena would be nice. I still want to see him versus Baron Corbin. I'm still upset about that. They were supposed to face off at Survivor Series. Never happened. Just,
I still want my official rematch against James Ellsworth.
I told you that should have been a WrestleMania match. That would have been a great interpromotional brand.
Here's a side thing. If this thing with Strowman doesn't happen, an promotional match, do you believe it'll be Ellsworth versus Braun Strowman? If this Universal title picture doesn't go well for Braun Strowman.
I feel like it'd be definitely enjoyable. You know, Braun Strowman's definitely above James Ellsworth, but I feel like it would just be...
Still needs to be payback.
Yes, because James Ellsworth got him eliminated at Survivor Series.
Which was an amazing thing to watch.
That was hilarious. And then Braun Strowman literally killed James Ellsworth at the Royal Rumble. So, I don't know. I would enjoy it, but the feud between him and Roman Reigns has been very good. It's been very intense, very hard-hitting. This is probably going to be the best ambulance match.
Wait, hold on. Let's just back up a little bit to finish off what happened with Raw. So he puts him in the back of an ambulance, and then as the ambulance
Apollo
goes...
Crews.
It puts Apollo Crews in the ambulance. And it's like about to go, and then it stops, and then you hear the sirens keep going, and Strowman's like, what's going on? And he looks through the windows, and he did the smart thing this time. Unlike Roman the week before, who did not do the smart thing and checked the driver's side.
Yes.
And Roman came out and I would say he did beat up Strowman.
Yeah, he speared him off the stage into a table or two, you know. But I don't know. I feel like Braun Strowman still has the clear edge in this feud.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he definitely has favor for both the fans, and that he is a big person, and he's actually doing really well.
He has respect on all sides.
Yes, he's definitely have momentum on his side. So.
Like, I could see Braun Strowman being... I want to see him as the face of the company, personally.
You want to see the monster among men at the end of every at the end of every program cycle thing that they do at the beginning of the show that does like the intro music, and at the end you just see Braun Strowman's face.
Yes. We should have that as a soundbite. It's just Braun Strowman just doing that.
Don't worry, next week. I'll get a whole bunch more. But for right now we'll stick with and this one.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
When are we gonna use that one?
I don't know. We'll find a way. It's gonna be in there. Don't worry.
All right. So right now we're gonna just take a quick break, and then we're gonna move on to SmackDown and NXT because there's a lot more to talk about with that than Raw. Raw is gonna be our main event with the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view,
and it's gonna be amazing. What are you doing? Stop it. There we go.
I think that song's good.
Oh, yeah, it is definitely good. It's a good thing we found it on YouTube.
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to talk about SmackDown right about now, and oh boy, this was so good.
This SmackDown clearly beat Raw, in my opinion. SmackDown was excellent. Raw, it delivered when it came to just getting to the final plots that needed to be closed up at Great Balls of Fire, but SmackDown still delivered. They could have rested on their laurels, but they didn't, and they delivered a fantastic broadcast, top to finish. But we're just going to focus on probably the three biggest things to come out of that right now.
First off is the return of WWE's Golden Boy, John Cena, which is not a bad thing, because he was decently missed. Yes, he was. And he did a very good, very pro-American, because it was 4th of July, and, we got to celebrate American pride and love and all that stuff. Actually, I have a question for you. Did you watch the John Cena patriotism, love is love thing?
I watched that last year, yeah.
All right, I just want to make sure.
Yeah. John Cena is probably what, America, believes itself to be.
Yeah, there's been trying time. Well, sorry to get any political or any social, any kind of like issues that are going on right now, but John Cena does represent what it should be.
Yeah, he's very, he's a strong human being. I guess he's incredibly strong, incredibly.
I mean, he can come back from an injury that will take 8 months to be recovered from and come back in like half the time.
He's resilient. He's willing to...
I'm pretty sure he's a clone.
I don't think he's a clone.
Yes, he is.
No. But, John Cena represents, everything, represents probably the American ideals now. I think he represents them better than Hogan.
Yeah. I can kind of agree with that, yeah.
No, John Cena, he's doing multiple media appearances, and he's not making a fool out of himself at any single one of them. He's always...
No, he keeps the fooling around at his home, so that's...
Yeah. He is he's a fantastic company man. He's a fantastic worker, and,
He gets a lot of slack from the fans. Like, even us, like, we could criticize John Cena for being not the best worker, but he's gotten progressively better every time.
He steps it up, and I feel like, a lot of people have been pushing him to step it up, and I feel that's good. Ever since the U.S. Open challenges, he's consistently been delivering, in my opinion.
I agree with that, and that wasn't even the best part of his return, because the best part of his return was Rusev.
I know, and it was disappointing.
How dare you?
You stupid idiot.
How can you say such a thing? That is Rusev.
Rusev's return was disappointing. Not the fact that he returned, but the way they went about it.
What, you expected him and Cena to have a match right there to just...
No, it was just...
You wanted to see the flag match, didn't you?
No, I didn't want to see the flag match. I didn't even want to see, Rusev interacting with John Cena, because we've seen that already. And here's the thing, if Rusev and Cena are going to be doing battle at Battleground, which they are going to do for the flag match, and it's going to be based on the tired trope from back in 2015. It's going to be, America's better. No, America sucks. It's going to be that same old tired thing. I was hoping to get some kind of character development out of Rusev.
Unless Rusev wins this time.
If Rusev wins, but I'm probably going to see it as John Cena winning to challenge Jinder Mahal for the WWE title at SummerSlam.
Let's see what happens, because I feel like that's like the obvious, like, easy pick. But it seems a bit interesting that they would do this on 4th of July and that they're probably planning a match for Battleground.
I don't know. It is official. It is official flag match for the Battleground, John Cena versus Rusev. I'm not looking forward to it.
I think you're writing too much into it.
I don't know. I'm worried. I don't want Rusev's return to be him putting over John Cena.
My hope is that's not going to happen. There is a possibility.
Like, I would have liked to see him, well, granted, we're not going to get it, but, like, not right now. Him just destroy Sami Zayn and the Independence Day Battle Royal. But now we're gonna get like a Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis versus Sami Zayn feud. But Rusev needs
Which was funny. That whole thing that they had, that was funny.
Rusev needs to feud with someone not named John Cena.
I understand that need and that want, but I want to see where this goes because there's a different Rusev and this is a different John, in my opinion.
Really? Because all I'm seeing is the same patriotic John Cena versus
yes, but this is
anti-American-
also the same John Cena that lost to AJ Styles twice, and one of them was clean at SummerSlam.
Rusev isn't AJ Styles.
No.
Rusev's up and coming that you could position to
How
be
can
a
he be more
cornerstone.
up and coming? He debuted in, 2015?
He debuted 2014 after WrestleMania 30. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was at their WrestleMania 31 in 2015 defending the U.S. title.
Right. I remember now. But he's not that new. He's fresh. He has that fan basis to go. John Cena's not going to be in the company for, in my opinion, that much longer.
I think this is going to be his last year, but I'd like to see him like put over some people that definitely deserve to get put over. Like
Rusev.
He does, yes, but I'm worried that he won't. And
No, I think you're writing too much into this.
I don't know. We'll have to see how.
Because if that's the case, he's just gonna mow over Rusev, and then he's gonna mow over Jinder.
Probably.
We'll see what happens.
I don't know. The best case scenario that I can think of, because there's no pins in a flag match, you can easily just make the argument that John Cena beats Rusev, then Rusev costs Randy Orton the title, and then Rusev just comes out saying, I am just tired of being overlooked. Don't go into the fact that America's bad, because Jinder Mahal's doing that right now. We don't need two people doing that.
Unless, another League of Nations reboot.
Oh, God, no. No, please, no. Oh, that was awful. That was so bad. Please.
Anyway, then we're going to move on to the second point of the night, which was Lana and Tamina. What was up with that?
So, pretty much the whole backstory with this right now so far is that Lana has been whining and complaining that she's getting beat by Naomi unfairly.
This match was pretty quick.
Oh, no, yeah. It was Naomi just pretty much made her tap and broke her in half. And in record time, again, it was only like maybe 30 seconds. Sunset flip powerbomb into a crucifix hold where she then puts her in a headlock, into like an inverted headlock. Very good, very graceful move, I actually have to say. It was very good. I enjoy it. What?
Nothing. Go on.
I enjoyed the move.
Yes, I know you enjoyed the move.
Very good. And then Tamina comes out, and it looks like Tamina's about to be some form of mentor to Lana.
Yeah, I know. It was interesting. I didn't expect that at all. So
I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm happy about it, but I'm like, I'm going to keep my distance from it because I don't know where this is going to happen.
Remember what I said. If you play up the fact that Lana's inexperienced, that does well for her character. I was saying that last week. Tamina mentoring her, that could do well for her. Sort of like a Charlotte Dana Brooke thing, except, Lana won't fade into the background like Dana Brooke.
Well, yeah, because I think the star of this is Lana, not Charlotte. Yeah. Like, in the sense, like, the person who's being mentored is the star in this whole thing. And that's not a beat on Tamina of any means or sorts, but that's how it seems to be portrayed as right now.
Yeah, but you can easily make the argument now that Tamina can use this as a vantage point for her as well. If she can mentor and use that for her character, to build that up, to get people behind her, that could be well too.
Well, yeah, because there's a possibility like, let's see, Lana finally beats Naomi, gets the title, beats her a second time to retain the title, and then Naomi gets kicked to the back of the side. Then Tamina betrays Lana and then gets the opportunity to face her. I mean, that's a possibility. I'm
looking at it more as in Tamina beats Naomi for the title. If Carmella doesn't cash in, bear in mind.
Well, she's going to eventually, though.
Oh, yeah, but if she doesn't cash in on Naomi, because Naomi does have 2 pinfall losses from Carmella. Carmella did beat her twice. So, you could make the argument that is the next logical feud. But my personal opinion, it should be maybe Naomi and Tamina at Battleground, with Lana in Tamina's corner, followed that up by Naomi versus Charlotte. Or my personal favorite of favorites, Naomi versus Becky. I would love that.
I know you would.
I love Becky. Becky Lynch is fantastic.
Yes, I know you like Becky.
Becky should be champion forever.
And
then have her and Alexa Bliss just face off forever.
Okay, let's calm down. That's not a fight forever situation like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. All right, let's calm ourselves. You're at a 10. Bring it down to a 2, my friend.
Nah.
10 to 2. 10 to 2.
No.
Any.
You sound like a job. You're gonna work 10 to 2.
Anyway, but you wanted to say more stuff though, or no?
That's pretty much it. Just also I liked because we're also talking about the women's division, you know, which is pretty much right now. Main players this past week was Naomi, Tamina, and Lana, and then you have Carmella. Carmella's actually going solo for about a month.
That whole interaction that he had with Daniel Bryan was fantastic. Does Daniel Bryan go, ha, you know what? Now you're definitely going away, not going to be in this interfering with anything going on with the women right now because you're suspended and you're being fined $10,000. Good luck.
James Ellsworth, I'm happy this happened.
Yes, me too.
You know, I'm happy that this is the kind of repercussion because now that James Ellsworth is suspended without pay with $10,000 and fined $10,000, which I don't get how that's a lot of money for him considering he works for WWE.
I think you're forgetting how much wrestlers get paid on a regular basis.
How well did his shirt do last year?
I don't know. How well did it do, buddy?
I don't know. I didn't buy it.
Exactly.
But obviously he was doing well enough to get a shirt with his face on it. So obviously he's be getting some kind of $10,000. But I just like it how now Carmella has to go with solo. You know, and that's going to be an interesting dynamic because we haven't seen that since end of 2016.
No. I think it'll definitely bring out a stronger side of Carmella, and hopefully it'll bring out some more conniving heelness.
Yes.
In a sense. But I definitely make Carmella stronger, in my opinion. And then once James Ellsworth comes in the picture, by that time I'm thinking Cass would probably come onto SmackDown, and then we'll get to see Cass beat the crap out of James Ellsworth, and it'll be glorious.
Yes. I'm trying to think. And then what was the last point we had? It was
the last thing that we're going to talk about for SmackDown.
Speaking of Naomi,
is the New Day Uso rap battle, which was fantastic. And yes, it was great.
Oh my god, that was intense.
Okay, just before we talk about it, when you first heard that this rap battle was going to happen, were you excited about it?
I couldn't care less.
Exactly. How they turned a very bland rap battle into possibly the greatest thing that happened this week for WWE television is beyond me.
I think it might be on par with, Kurt Angle rapping.
Or Kurt singing Sexy Kurt.
Yes. But that was intense. And I definitely feel like the Usos have stepped it up. That's why I want them to stay champs longer. They deserve it. And their promo work is on point. Their raps were on point and in sync. And that is amazing. Even for twins. That is just so in sync. Their raps were amazing. And their insults, they were straight fire.
Oh, God. They were so good. All right. So it starts off with Big E. What exactly was Big E complaining about? Because I think his whole thing got trumped by whatever the Uso says. But I think you remember, though.
Pretty much Big E called him out saying that, you guys weren't anything. All you guys are doing were dark matches and pre-shows before the New Day came along. Which it
was pretty good. It's like, all right, this is going to be good. Because then you see Wale, who's moderating this rap battle, who, if you don't know who Wale is, he's a rapper, pretty decent, but he's also a huge wrestling fan. So don't boo him if you get a chance to see him again on WWE television. He's one of us. He's a mark.
Mm-hmm.
But just having him moderate this was also fantastic as well.
I just liked how he consistently said throughout the segment, I'm impartial.
I'm impartial, but he backs up. He's like, hold up. We got to calm down. But then it goes right into Jimmy and Jay pretty much saying that Big E's got big breastises, big fake breastises.
Something like that. But
then you got to roll back PG because
it's like Big E, let's keep it PG.
not rated R, unlike your boy Xavier Woods.
Yes,
Which was the best burn I've ever heard in my life. For those of you who don't know, and why me and my friend here are laughing our butts off while we're making this podcast, is about a while back.
What was it, like February, March?
It was around Mania time. No, it was after Mania, I think, because that's when they were off TV, New Day. I think.
No. It was
We'll look it up.
Oh no, it was before Mania because people were worried about Xavier Woods going to Brooklyn on the Brooklyn before Mania, and they made an appearance. I remember that. It was probably end of March, if I remember correctly, and then that's when. So
anyway, there was a. How would you say a sex? Would you say a sex tape?
Yes, it was a sex tape. They were having sex.
Well, yeah, but I mean, never mind. So a sex tape was leaked from Paige's private cellular device, I would say. Someone hacked into it and stole it and posted it online, and there was some very, very incredibly graphic things on this. Very limited to Paige being completely nude, her having full-on sex with what was it, Brad Maddox and Xavier Woods, that involved the NXT women's title, which is why they had to replace the title.
Rumors.
Well,
rumors.
It was plain. It was there. It was there.
I don't know.
Anyway, so that was a whole recall back to that, which if you saw this actual live on television or even on any or on the Hulu shortened version of it, the reaction from the crowd and from anyone in the ring was fire. It was incredible. That
was probably the biggest low blow they ever hit. Followed up actually by Xavier Woods, and Xavier Woods got his own shots in.
Well, yeah, but we're jumping ahead because the next part of that rap battle was Kofi Kingston's, which was a little light, but it ended with probably something that is probably going to be hashtagged. That's something that you and me kind of enjoyed.
It's Kofi Kingston, and Kofi Kingston's a straight up dad. He is a dad, full on dad.
You were thinking dad joke. I was thinking dad joke.
It was a dad joke.
It was a dad joke.
He was making fun of the Usos for having a little bit of a belly and everything like that and stuff. And I don't know how it happened because he said like he was saying that they were
like go to the gym a lot, but you still have big bellies. So much so that you guys have weenie doos because your bellies hang lower than your weenies do. Which what is funny.
That actually got a chant from the crowd. But
we do.
You were so intense for this rap battle.
Stop it. You enjoyed it.
I did too, but I'm not as pumped up as you are, right?
It was fantastic.
It's bad when I'm the one that's actually in control of himself.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. Anyway, but we need to is going to be hashtagged. It's I guarantee you they're planning to make shirts about this. They are. It's basically hashtagged.
I want my New Day ice pops. I want my New Day pops before a Weenie Do shirt.
We both know that's not going to happen. They couldn't get the WWE ice cream bar back. What makes you think that they're going to do New Day pops?
Because New Day actually got a cereal box. They have their own legitimate cereal. If anyone could get our ice cream pops back, it is the New Day.
If CM Punk couldn't do it,
New Day moves more merchandise than CM Punk.
Well,
yes.
All right.
You know it's true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's sad, but yeah. Anyway, so then it goes right into the Usos, pretty much bringing back an old joke about Kofi Kingston that he used to be Jamaican, which was I was watching it with Rena that night when it was happening, and the look on her face was just straight up, oh my god. It was fantastic.
It was a great segment, I'm not going to lie. It was probably like the best segment on SmackDown.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I did. I almost burped.
Oh.
But it was a great segment. It did a lot better than it had any right to be. But like the performers delivered on it.
Oh yeah, everyone was definitely intent on doing it. They were fully engaged in doing it, and the very last part of it, which was Oh God, it was so good.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I'll have a question after it, but basically Xavier Woods gets the mic after the Usos make fun of Kofi Kingston for used to being Jamaican, and he goes into this whole thing about how Jimmy and Jay weren't famous, or Jimmy wasn't at least.
Before Total Divas with Naomi.
Yeah. Wale's face when he said that was just straight up, oh my goodness. It was so good. And making one last joke from Xavier Woods saying they were nothing except for being Roman Reigns' bag boys, essentially.
Yes, he pretty much called them out, saying that they should go back to doing what they did best and carrying bags for Roman. He got his he got his shot back, but I feel like. Do you feel like, because here's the thing, New Day won by disqualification that rap battle because the Usos attacked them.
This is my only problem, because I feel like they could have flowed this better to make it seem like, okay, the Usos could have actually legitimately won this thing fair and square if they hadn't made fun of Xavier Woods right after Big E. So if they just focused on Big E and ended it there, and then Kofi would have done his thing, then they would have made fun of Kofi, then Xavier would have done that thing, and then saved those rated R joke for right after that, they would have won hands down.
That was the only thing they threw at Xavier Woods, though.
Yes, but it was the best one, though. Which is my question to you. Which was the better joke? What Xavier said about
Usos, hand down.
Usos and the rated R joke?
Usos were, again, on point with that whole...
Well, no, that's not my question, though. I know. I'm saying the joke itself. I'm not saying, like, the segment and who did it, like, the best. Because clearly that was the Usos. It was hard to not.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, in the joke itself. Because pretty much there was the Total Divas, the Total Divas and the Roman Reigns thing, making him less men. And then the rated R joke.
I think it'd be the Usos with
the rated R joke,
because you didn't expect that to.
No, we didn't. No, I think because if you go back into WWE television, I think they pulled that.
Oh no, they did.
They pulled that segment.
They edited it out. That's how good it was.
That's how amazing it was.
Well,
but they didn't edit it from the Hulu one, which was even better.
Oh, I was so happy.
So if you guys want to rewatch that and you can't find it on YouTube or anything like that, you can go watch the one on Hulu, and it's still on there in all of its gloriousness.
Speaking of glorious, I think it's time to hit to our NXT segment of the podcast. Before we get into Bobby Roode versus Strong, I kind of want to talk about Ono versus Ono and Itami.
I know you want to talk about it really quick. Let's just talk about the Riot and Moon thing just really quickly, because I know because that one's kind of slow in the whole pace of it.
I'm not looking forward to it.
And this is the struggle that the women have in NXT right now, is that there's really no big names to face off against Asuka.
Yes.
You had Nikki Cross, but they had a fantastic match last week. There's no denying that.
Oh yeah, and I don't think Ember Moon can top that with Asuka.
It's possible.
She didn't really have that much chemistry with Asuka. There's very few people who had chemistry with Asuka to lead to a great match. Bayley, Nia Jax, Emma, and Nikki Cross.
All right.
Ember Moon did not do it for me when she was challenging for the title in NXT Orlando.
I think, well, we also haven't seen Ember Moon like in an actual ring for quite a while, so let's see what she brings to the table, because she was out on an injury. She's trying to get back into the whole groove of everything. So let's just see what happens, because I think there's a possibility of chemistry being made. I'm not ruling it out. But then it seems like the next person who, in my opinion, will probably get it would probably be Ruby.
I don't know.
And I don't dislike Ruby. I don't think you do either.
I don't know her as a character well enough to really make a decision. She's just there.
Yeah, so who knows? Because, it could end up with Ruby and Ember, and hopefully they got really good chemistry, and then it'll make us care about them more. Not that we don't. It's just for right now, in a grand scheme of watching on television and stuff.
Nikki Cross should have took the title from Asuka last week. Or Nikki Cross should find a way back into the title picture. I don't know. But with the next two options being Ruby Riott and Ember Moon, I'm not looking forward to it.
I mean, there's also for whatever happens in the women's classic that's going to happen next week.
Maybe you could make the argument that the women's classic, whoever wins that, could be Asuka's next challenger.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
We'll definitely save that for a future time. But I know you want to talk about Ono and Atami.
That was an excellent, that was an excellent dynamic, because Atami killed it. Atami was literally destroying Sanity because Atami had to partner up with Ono, who they've been having problems, and then Sanity, just beats on them the week before. So they had this match, and Atami's just furious at Ono because Ono didn't do jack.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm not feeling Ono at the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's got a great theme, but that's really what Ono's got.
Atami's got a lot. He's got a lot.
Atami has so much more
to offer.
And I want him on Raw.
I feel like
I want him on Raw because I feel like that's where he needs to be.
I don't know where. Here's the thing.
Not that it wouldn't be better for him to be on SmackDown because I feel like him versus Nakamura would be fantastic, but Atami is needed on Raw.
For what, cruiserweight division?
No, he's not. No, he would probably be with the Finn Balor thing. Yeah. Don't give me that. Yes, he would.
Atami's not larger than life like Finn Balor.
Well, no, but as soon as he goes, because it seems like they're really letting loose on the whole strong style thing with Atami in opposed to Shinsuke.
Which
so
I don't get why. Nakamura probably does the strong style better.
Well, no, he probably does. Who knows? They might be saving that with someone who can really take strong style like Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And AJ Styles. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with Atami. But continuing with that, they had like a backstage brawl too, didn't they? Ono and or like they had words or something like that in an exclusive. I could have sworn there was something.
I don't remember watching anything with exclusive and stuff.
All right.
But I know the backstage exclusive between them two was after NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Well, yeah, that one. But I mean, there was definitely one right after that though.
Maybe, I don't know. But all I know is that Atami. So do you think we're going to get an Atami Ono match at Brooklyn?
Yes.
All right. Then let me pose this other question for you. Who should win? Who has more to gain?
Who has more to gain?
Yes.
If Ono wins, he technically has more to gain. Technically.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like Atami has already cemented himself as probably one of the most premier people in NXT. And that's including Bobby Roode. And that's only by default because he's the champ. Drew McIntyre, in my opinion, he's another person that has already established himself as a premier player in NXT. Ono hasn't, in my opinion. And that's not a hatred on Ono because before Ono, Chris Hero was amazing. It's just like what exactly is he doing? That's really my question. And if he does beat Atami for this, there's a good possibility that Ono will be the next NXT champion. There's an argument to be made for that.
I feel like that Ono shouldn't be NXT champion. I feel like the best thing for him would just be called up and partner with Cesaro.
Cesaro, really?
Kings of Wrestling reunion.
Oh.
That is probably one of the best tag teams in the past decade.
You want to stop the bar?
Well, here's the thing. Sheamus is going to be taking time off from WWE to do some filming.
Oh, sorry. I'm just checking on my watch. We're good.
Yeah, he's going to be taking off some time for some filming. Now, where does that leave the bar? But, you can easily make the argument, bring up Chris Hero for that. Chris Hero, Cesaro, say that they work together in the indies and stuff, and you can easily imagine those matches.
Yeah, they would be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that would be really good.
And then you can call up Atami at the same time, throw him on SmackDown.
I don't know if he's gonna be put on SmackDown though. That's the thing.
I feel
not that I don't think he would be better on SmackDown. I think that they're probably gonna put him on Raw. That's my opinion.
I don't think he should be put on Raw. He's gonna get. I'm worried because Raw's overshadowed and stuff with so many things going on.
Well, yes and no. I feel like it wasn't as bad as when the draft started initially last year. So I don't know. There's a argument to be made that there's a possibility that Itami will actually do really well in Raw. Because there's a possibility that, let's say Itami goes back on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a feud with Balor, and then they switch from heel Itami, face Balor to heel Balor and face Itami, and Balor Club starts, and that whole thing will start, and then we get a Shield reunion, and then it'll be like a 5v5, and you have Ono, who was originally supposed to be a member of the Shield, and then you have Itami, who has to face Balor. So there's room for Raw.
I don't know. That's very, very like specific way of putting in Itami.
I mean, it wouldn't be any other way too.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of people on the Raw roster, that, it's going to be difficult to showcase him.
It's definitely going to be. I think it's difficult to showcase anyone with the Japanese background in like a really good light, because, I mean, you think about the person like in the modern era sense. You think of like people like Yoshitatsu.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly did he do?
Nothing.
Exactly. What did Shinsuke Nakamura do? And I'm not talking about NXT stuff because that's completely different. And
he beat the crap out of Baron Corbin this past week.
I mean, that's really it, though.
Well, he's been beating up Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler. He's undefeated in singles competition. And
well, yeah, now because they know what they're getting with Shinsuke.
Yeah.
I mean, with someone like Itami, though, there is a possibility that they're going to screw it up. But I feel like if you put him on Raw, there's already an inbred story because there's already an inbred story with Balor because Balor got the NXT championship from a match that Itami was supposed to be a part of, and he wasn't there, and he got injured and was put on the shelf for, a year. So
no, I know the speculation and stuff, and Balor was the one rumored to take out Itami, but I don't know.
Well, there's a story. There's already a story there is what I'm trying to get to.
You can easily just go the easy way out and just say Kevin Owens then.
That's true.
It's a, I don't know. I don't know where Itami would fit better, but I feel like that he should defeat Chris Hero. Cassius Ohno, I'm sorry.
Well, there's a difference between your question that you asked before. You asked which one would gain more from it, and I believe Cassius Ohno would gain more from it. But I agree with you that I think Itami should win.
I feel like Itami would gain more, though, because he's on a great roll. To stop this now with a loss?
Yes, but I feel like it's just time for him to be in the main roster already. Like he's gonna be like Enzo and Cass and not win any championships, and he's gonna do fantastic on the main roster. That's my opinion of it, at least. So I don't think the NXT champ is needed. Like Itami doesn't need the championship. The championship needs Itami.
Yeah.
So, and besides, I think we're all waiting for Drew McIntyre to be NXT champion at this point.
Yes, which would actually lead us into our next segment regarding the NXT championship. Rude versus Strong. That was an excellent match.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was intense. I've never really seen Roderick Strong like that.
You need to watch some of his old stuff against Jay Lethal because they were fantastic.
Yeah,
but this was really good.
Do you think that Roderick Strong should have won the title that night?
No.
Why is that?
Because for me, there's really no money. I mean, I'm looking at it from a business perspective. There's just no money to be made for that.
Mm-hmm.
I personally believe that it would have been good to see him win it at a takeover. Or if he was going to win, it should have been in like a way that no one expected him to come back from. Mm-hmm. And I know it's really hard to do something like that, but that's the whole gimmick of Roderick Strong. It's Roddy versus the world, and it seems like everyone is just coming towards him, and it seems like there's no way for Roddy to win, but then Roddy gets the win afterwards.
Yes.
And that's how Roderick Strong is built up in that sense. That's his gimmick. And it's hard to look at that from like first glance, but that's what it is.
I got you. I'm not keen on either Rude or Strong. Personally, I feel like there's a lot more interesting characters to do. Itami, I still feel like should have won at Chicago, but he didn't. So that's water on the bridge. Aleister Black, I feel like is going to be groomed into an NXT title run maybe next year. Drew McIntyre certainly makes a case, and he's...
Listen, every member of 3MB needs to have a singles championship by the end of 2017. That's my prediction right now. They need to.
I want.
And I'm not saying that all three of them are going to be champions at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so just a quick backtrack to Raw. If Heath Slater won the Intercontinental Championship, then my prediction of all three of them being champions at the same time, that would have come true. I would have been like, Drew McIntyre is going to be champion. He's going to be the next person to face Bobby Roode and win it, no matter what.
I remember back, I remember talking to you about this. I wanted Heath Slater to actually defeat The Miz at WrestleMania 33.
Oh, for
the Intercontinental title. I felt like The Miz should have held it consecutively throughout the whole year. Retired Dolph Ziggler at No Mercy last year.
That would have been a better story.
That would have been. And he could continue that. He shouldn't have dropped it to Dean Ambrose. Heath Slater should have won it after the breakup with Rhino, which they never did, which I don't understand. I
think they're still waiting just because there's still no face teams besides the Hardys on Raw.
Yeah. But, again, Rude versus Strong definitely delivered, but it's still just a match with them. They had a great backstory, but I still don't care about either character. I feel like Rude going into Brooklyn is probably going to versus Drew McIntyre. And I feel like this is where Drew McIntyre is going to win. But, did they ever face off in TNA?
Who?
Rude and McIntyre. Did they?
I don't think so. I think when McIntyre got in, he was doing this weird thing with MVP for most of the time.
Wasn't that the Rising?
Yeah, that was the Rising and the Beatdown Clan, I believe.
Yes, you're right.
And I don't believe so because because Bobby Roode was doing tag team work. He wasn't in a singles in competition at the time. He was doing the Dirty Heels at first, and then he rejoined with James Storm to do Beer Money. And then after that, he went to NXT. I believe that's the correct sentence. Someone could probably fact check me on that.
He defeated Lashley though for the world title though.
I think that was before that though.
No, I believe it was afterwards.
No. I don't know if you're thinking
because Austin Aries left earlier that year before Rude did. So I feel like they broke up and stuff, and then Rude went into the singles competition
for like a second, but I don't think he got back the title afterwards. I'm pretty sure after he got King of the Mountain title. That's what he might have gotten.
No, he also got King of the Mountain, but I'm pretty sure he got the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I'm pretty sure it was after Austin Aries because Rude left when? He left right after. So that might have been, they might have split and then he went after the world title and then
I think he
I don't watch TNA. I
think he debuted on television a couple because he was
last
there.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, that was his official match. He debuted on television a couple weeks before that, and then throughout that entire half of that year, he was in the backstage of NXT because you saw him at Takeover San Antonio in the stands.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't think he faced in it, but we'll fact check it at the end of the show. We're running a little bit on time right now.
Yeah.
But we're going to head over to a quick break, and then we're going to do our Great Balls of Fire predictions.
All right, time for the main event, which is the Great Balls of Fire predictions. Now, what we usually do is we take our picks, and whoever is correct most of the time ends up winning the title. So far, Jimmy is in the lead right now.
Well, they don't know the game that well. Okay, so quick backstory. We were going to do this at WrestleMania, but as everyone knows, we all got really sad because of what happened with Undertaker.
Yes.
So we had to postpone that for a couple times, and we officially did this Backlash?
I believe it was...
Backlash. Yeah, it was Backlash. It was Backlash because... No, it was Extreme Rules.
Yes.
It was Extreme Rules because we didn't do a tiebreaker for last pay-per-view, which was Money in the Bank.
No, we did not.
And I'm still a champ because of it.
Yes.
So this time, we're going to try to... there's going to be 8 matches specifically. I think one of them got bumped to the pre-show, though.
Neville versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Okay, so that one got bumped to the thing. So that one is going to be... Yeah, so we're just going to go through the list. We're going to try to pick a couple different ones, so that way it'll keep things a little more interesting. And pretty much the winner just gets bragging rights on a championship belt that I bought at work for $10.
So to go through the card right now, we have Neville versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight Championship. We have Enzo Amore versus Big Cass. We have The Miz versus Dean Ambrose for the IC Championship. We have Cesaro and Sheamus, The Bar versus the Hardy Boys for the Raw Tag Team Championship in an Iron Man match, 30 minutes. We have Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in an ambulance match, and Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe for the Universal Championship.
Okay, quick sidebar. I'm going to put myself on a boo kind of thing right now because I labeled Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks and did not include it was for the Raw Women's title. It is for the Raw Women's title.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel bad for myself on that, but regardless, it's for the Raw Women's title. So let's kick to these predictions. So Neville versus Tozawa for the Cruiserweight Championship. Who do you got and why?
Neville. He's on a roll. Akira Tozawa hasn't really been built up enough as a threat to him.
Plus, he's on the tightest brand. So, I mean...
Titus Worldwide, I feel like has got great potential if he could do it correctly, because Titus O'Neil is a great mic worker. But I feel like Neville has gone too far. And personally, I still want to see Neville interact with Pete Dunne, UK title versus Cruiserweight title. Personally,
that would be so good.
I still want that at WrestleMania. I'm still calling that would be a great piece of booking. Neville feels slighted for not being in the UK tournament. You can make the same argument with Pete Dunne for the Cruiserweight Championship. That would be an excellent match on the WrestleMania card. But I feel like Akira Tozawa has not been built up enough for defeating Neville. I feel like you can make the argument that maybe Cedric Alexander or, if Enzo Amore goes to the Cruiserweight division and stuff. But I feel like there are better options than Akira Tozawa.
That's gotta hurt for you, buddy. You love Tozawa.
I love Neville more.
You do?
Yeah.
I could have sworn...
I wanted Tozawa to win the Cruiserweight Classic, but Neville has been a revelation.
I pulled you onto my side. Neville is a revelation. He is the king of the Cruiserweights.
Yeah.
He will be a year-long champion. Like, I don't care about CM Punk's thing. Neville will beat that in a heartbeat. He will. He's gonna beat even Asuka's. So
I don't think he's gonna beat Asuka's.
No.
I don't think he's gonna beat Asuka's.
We'll see what happens. All right. So the next one is Enzo Amore.
Wait, who do you got then?
Oh, Neville as well.
Okay.
I mean, clearly I have Neville. It's just.
All right. So our predictions is Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship. The next match on the card, Enzo Amore versus Big Cass. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with Big Cass.
You're going to go with Big Cass? Why?
I feel like they're going to put more momentum on the big guy to really do it, and they're going to probably build up I wouldn't say build up, but they're going to really go along with the underdog situation for Enzo.
Mm-hmm.
And really build up that he's stronger on the mic than Big Cass, but there's still going to be that dynamic of Enzo's always going to be the underdog to Big Cass, who's the big dog.
I feel like that this is going to be a feud into the summer. It's going to incorporate Big Show. Personally, this is what I'm going to think. Enzo Amore does lose to Big Cass. Big Cass is my prediction to win. Big Cass then beats down on Enzo to the point Big Show has to return, leading to a Big Show Big Cass SummerSlam match, because that has been rumored
for the winner to have the name Big in their name.
No, that's stupid.
You stupid idiot.
that was terrible.
Oh, that'd be funny.
No. That's
Yes, it'd be
stupid.
funny.
But I feel like Big Cass should win that. And I feel like that there should be either a draft where Big Cass goes to SmackDown or Enzo Amore versus Big Cass in a contract on a pole match. Loser leaves Raw.
All right. Okay, I can get behind that.
You know, and then Big Cass goes to SmackDown and terrorizes it there. Personally, that's what I would like to do. But I still feel like Big Cass is going to win this one. So we both got that.
Yeah, so the next one is The Miz versus Dean Ambrose for the IC Championship.
Miz. He's got the Miz Taraj. He's got Maurice. You know, he's killing it on the mic. He's killing it in ring work. And he's right about Dean Ambrose. He said that when Dean Ambrose was champion, he cracked under pressure. He cracked. He became boring. He was not... And when The Miz described Dean Ambrose as wasted potential, he could not be more on the mark.
And yet, The Miz still lost the IC Championship to him. So,
Hey, who is the IC title now?
well,
The
after
Miz.
Great Balls of Fire, it's probably going to be Dean Ambrose, so I'm going with Dean.
Really? Why are you going with Dean over The Miz?
Well, for one thing, if we're going to play our game, someone's got to pick a different person. But personally, I think Miz should win, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be Dean.
Why do you feel like Dean's going to win?
Because that's the ultimate rib. They're always going to rib The Miz. Like that's just always going to be him. They've done it so many times, and it's not fair to The Miz. But I have a feeling that's probably what's going to happen.
The Miz is too good as an Intercontinental Champion for him to lose it. I feel like he's going to stick with it. I feel like he's going to have the championship.
All right. So at least that one's a different one. So if something happens...
Yes.
All right. So Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Hardy Boys for the Raw Tag Team Championships in an Iron Man match.
That's going to be interesting because there's never been an Iron Man match for tag team wrestling. So this is actually a first.
All right. It will. And it's very interesting to really pick out an Iron Man match for this one. It doesn't seem to be... Well, I mean, it kind of probably pays in the favor of Cesaro the most because he's the most athletic and he's the most strong. I mean, you could kind of make the same argument for Sheamus as well, but...
Sheamus can take some hits. He can go the distance, in my opinion.
But the Hardys, though, they could take hits as well, but I don't think it for an Iron Man match kind of setting.
I'm putting my money on the Hardys.
Really?
Yes.
All right, another one we disagree on. It's going to be the Bar.
I don't think so because first, Sheamus is rumored to be leaving for some film commitments and stuff, which leaves Cesaro, without a tag team partner, and then you can easily bring up Cassius Ohno for that. But I feel like the Hardy Boys,
Go on with your point. I'll explain in a minute.
Well, here's the thing: the Hardy Boys, they're getting rumors for the Broken Universe.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't that play better once they lose?
What if they lose the titles at SummerSlam to the Revival?
Ooh.
Because the Revival should be returning any moment now.
Well, yeah, that's a possibility. The reason why I'm picking Sheamus and Cesaro is that, yeah, there is that film commitment thing that Sheamus did, but Cesaro could easily just go, okay, my tag team partner is no longer here, so I'm going to hold on to both titles, and I'm going to pick a tag team partner every single week, a new one, and that will be like a built-in gimmick, and then that way they can be a part of raising the bar, kind of playing into that gimmick. But
I guess I don't know. I'm sticking with the Hardy Boys though. They're, one, I feel like it would be better for them, especially since they're the only face team.
Yes,
with credibility.
Well, yeah, but if they lose, then it kind of gets them one step closer to the Broken Universe.
Unless you have the Revival legitimately break Jeff Hardy, and then Matt Hardy, win the title, and then they return, and they're like, okay, we're crazy now. We're broken. We're going to destroy the Revival. I feel like that there's so much more money in that than having Sheamus and Cesaro continue to be champions. I feel like Hardys are going to win. I know you like the Bar, but...
I mean, I like both. I feel like there needs to be steps in order to create the Broken Universe, and I feel like losing again in this Iron Man match would probably do it. I mean, that's how this match is kind of being set up in that way, because why make it an Iron Man match?
True.
So, anyway, you got the Hardys, I got Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yes.
Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. This is such a...
It's such a boring match. I'm not looking forward to it. The build has been awful, you know.
And I don't want Bray to lose, but I feel like that's what's going to happen.
I'm going to have to go with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins.
Yes, Seth.
He got the announcement to be the WWE 2K18
Poster boy.
Poster boy.
By the way, you saw the
trailer,
the game trailer for it, right?
Oh,
it was awesome.
It looks amazing.
It was fantastic.
You know,
But at this point, it's just sad for Bray.
I don't know what Bray's going to do. I feel like the only thing for him to do is to turn face. Like, if anything, Seth Rollins should win, and then Bray Wyatt should just stay there in the middle of the ring, and then have the lights disappear.
I feel like...
And then have him off TV for maybe a month or two.
I feel like they should have done something with him and his brother more than the Miz Taraj. Even though I like the Miz Taraj, I feel like there should have been something there for...
Bray Wyatt should have stayed on SmackDown as the WWE champion.
Yes, I agree with that. But we can't cry over spilled milk, unfortunately.
No, but I feel like Bray Wyatt should take a hiatus after this, you know, and then come back as a face.
Well, yeah, he has to deal with his whole, relationship problem that he's got going on right now. So, yeah, it would probably be a perfect time for him to take a hiatus. But that doesn't mean we're hating on Bray Wyatt. We both love Bray Wyatt.
He's better than Seth Rollins. Imagine him as a babyface.
But he needs to take some time, I think, to either sort some personal issues, and also, I think everyone's just tired of it. It's the same. It's similar to the Dolph Ziggler thing, but I think we've learned at this point that I don't think we're gonna get. No. We're never gonna not see Dolph Ziggler anytime soon.
Yeah.
So hopefully Bray does get some much needed rest. And
the next match on the card is Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's title.
1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss. That's too easy. I love Sasha. She's my favorite out of the 4 horsewomen. But
Alexa Bliss, if the rumors are true, Alexa Bliss is gonna verse Nia Jax, and I would freaking love that. That's gonna be for the SummerSlam Raw Women's title. That is gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, I would much rather see that. But also, I would like... I don't know. I also want to see Sasha be heel. I liked her heel work in NXT. I miss it.
You can always have Sasha beat down Bayley in a fit of frustration.
I mean, that's what I want to see happen. Well, so hopefully that happens this Sunday. So...
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. I'm happy. I would want Alexa Bliss to win.
Begrudgingly, I want Alexa Bliss to win. Yes. As much as I like Alexa, I love Sasha better. So.
But it would be a better one, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax.
Yeah. All right. So co-main events: Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in an ambulance match.
Braun.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree. It's Braun.
I don't feel like Roman Reigns should win it. I feel like Braun Strowman has a bigger claim to it. I feel like it'd just be better suited for him just to completely dismantle Roman Reigns and then tries to make his claim for the Universal Championship.
Well, plus Roman already made his claim known that he was already going to face the winner of the Universal Championship. So
yeah,
this will just allude to the fact that the Universal title picture is most likely going to be a triple threat at SummerSlam.
Or Braun Strowman can be like, okay, I get dibs next.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Braun Strowman, though, I feel like has the most... He has the most momentum going to this. He is red hot right now. Braun Strowman, I personally feel like Braun Strowman should win against Roman Reigns. Especially Roman Reigns won't be taking a pinfall, so you can make that argument and stuff. But Braun Strowman, this definitely plays into his favor, too. He's been dismantling and destroying Roman for the past couple of weeks.
And they've been very good, so there's no way of denying that. All right, so last match. Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe for the Universal title.
Who do you got? You start with this.
This one's so tough. Damn it. Why me? Why?
I don't know.
Why? I'm going with Joe. No. I can't decide. I can't.
You got to pick. Call it now.
Brock. I'm going with Brock. I'm going with Brock.
Why Brock?
I hate you. I don't know. Why is it so difficult for me?
I don't know.
I love both of them so much. I think what I really want is Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title the most. As much as I love the idea of Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns again, I think Brock and Braun would be so much better.
Now, do you think Brock and Braun would happen at the SummerSlam match?
I feel like if Vince McMahon was a smart man, he would. Yes. No, most likely he's gonna put Roman in the mix. I want Brock to win, but no, I'm going with Joe. I'm going with Joe.
You're going with Joe?
I'm going with Joe. Official. Joe.
Brock.
What?
We had to disagree on it, right? I don't know. I could see the cases for both of them. Samoa Joe. If Samoa Joe wins, this could be a hard-hitting feud between two Samoans, Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns, throughout the summer.
Two men named Joe.
Oh, yeah, because Roman Reigns' actual name is Joe Anoa'i. And then you can easily have Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman for, winner gets to be Universal title #1 contender. Brock Lesnar will probably win that match and stuff. Or, I don't know.
I just want to see Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. It was teased at the end of Mania. And I want it so badly.
I know. But so was Undertaker and AJ Styles, and we never got that now, did we?
Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles, not Undertaker.
No, but Undertaker was teased for AJ Styles too. Remember with the Survivor Series?
Oh yeah. No, that was
Undertaker called him out. He's like, if any of you guys call.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. Yep. Thank you for the reminder.
Yes, but Shawn Michaels was also teased with AJ Styles. But I feel like Brock should win again, so he can have one title defense under his belt where he was successful.
Well, okay.
Then lose to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns holds onto the title. Or he could trade the title with Samoa Joe throughout the rest of the year, building up Braun, have Braun win the Rumble, and then have Braun win the Universal title at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I want that.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like that'd be the best. Yeah, I feel like there's more money in that. Or having Braun Strowman defeat Roman Reigns by the end of the year for the Universal title, or by Royal Rumble, I say, because that actually was their first real clash. I feel like that'd be just, I feel like that'd just be a great conclusion to it, having a year-long rivalry end where it began at the Royal Rumble, and have Braun Strowman win the Universal title, and then defeat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar doesn't need a reason to be, in the main event. He's just Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. So, okay, I could see your points on that. So
you bet Joe, I'm betting Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. So we'll tally up. We'll make sure of who gets what, and we'll keep you guys posted on what happens for the Sunday. So you're coming over, right?
Yeah, I'm coming over.
Right.
Me and Nicole, we're going to head over there.
Can you pick Rena up?
I can. Yeah.
If I'm not working, then can you pick her up?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna have work till 6, so she's gonna have to. When does it start? 8:00 this Sunday?
I think the full thing starts at 8:00. The pre-show starts at 7. I'll have things set up, so we'll be fine.
All right, no problem.
All right, now we're going off to our sound off. Is there anything to fact check for right now?
I don't think so. I think that we were pretty much all covered. Sorry if we ran on a little longer than we have. My partner Jimmy here really enjoyed the rap battle between the New Day and the Usos.
Okay, yes, that is true, but you didn't also need to go into a full, detailed explanation of why Itami is the most fantastic wrestler in NXT.
I didn't. I was just trying... No, I was just trying to go into the Itami Ono feud. Yes, right. Because you started making the argument for why Itami needs to go on Raw and SmackDown, where he would
needs to go and want to go to SmackDown are two different things. But regardless of that, we're going to go off into the sunset because our show is over. Unfortunately, our pre-recorded soundbite is not ready yet. So we're going to go off into me explaining to where you can follow us. You can follow us on Twitter at MarksForLifePod. Our Instagram is MarksForLifePodcast. You follow us and listen to this podcast at Patreon and SoundCloud at Marks for Life Podcast.
And please follow us on Facebook at Marks for Life Podcast, our Facebook group. This is another way you can get all of our information.
All right. Peace out, guys.